Now, the Conservatives have signalled a shift away from encouraging home ownership for all, one of the party's guiding principles since Margaret Thatcher's time in office. The Housing Minister says that buying a home is no longer affordable for some people and has pledged to tackle the high cost of renting. And the reforms will be announced in full on Tuesday as part of plans for a shake-up of the housing market in England. Let's talk to the independent property analyst Andrew Teacher, who's involved in some of the first built-to-rent schemes here in the United Kingdom. It sounds like the government is preparing a bit of a shift away from this dream of everyone owning their own home.
I believe so, and it's about time, because if you look at the makeup of households across English and cities across the UK, many more people are renting, and that's for a range of reasons. Of course, many people cannot afford to buy, but also many people don't want the hassle of buying. They don't want the hassle of having to fork out for a mortgage, fork out for furniture, and have the hassle of all of the things that come with ownership, whether that's fixing the boiler or the roof. And being able to live more centrally and benefit from many of the amenities that new build-to-rent developments will have is a huge, will be a huge help to people that just want to have fun and live their lives. And what we're seeing now is a number of key developments by companies like Essential Living, who, funnily enough, have got a building called Berkshire House in Theresa May's backyard down in Maidenhead. Buildings like Berkshire House, buildings like Vantage Point in Archway in North London will allow renters to benefit from huge shared areas where they can have a dinner party with friends or hang out or watch the TV, and really bring back that sense of community that doesn't really exist in renting in this country at the present time.
And actually other countries in Europe, renting is much bigger than it has been here, and we've perhaps become a bit hung up on home ownership, would you say? Yeah, we have. I mean, there's been a social stigma in this country which has said you are you're lower down the rung of society if you don't own a house, which is, frankly, it's a load of old nonsense. And what we're seeing across Europe and across North America particularly are clusters of apartments that are funded and built by pension funds, and those long-term investors want to plough their money into a building which they'll rent out for 10, 20, 30 years and earn the income off of that. And that means that that investment business has a vested interest in making that building nice and happy for tenants. And right across the UK, whether that's in London, Manchester and Liverpool, you've got companies like Moda Living, who have got a big, huge tower in the middle of Manchester and Liverpool that are being built right now. In Scotland, they've got schemes. You've got companies like Platform in smaller cities across the southeast, all building these clusters of apartments. And what we're going to see now is a real rental revolution where there's a choice that people have. And it's not to say that people have to rent, they have to buy, but it's about choice. It's about saying to consumers, right, if you want a professionally managed apartment that has loads of other amenities with it, you can have that. If you just want to rent a flat in a Victorian house conversion in Headingley, in Archway, that are more, the sort of familiar things that students rent, you can have those, and they might be a bit cheaper. Or if you can afford to own, what the government is saying is they're going to create an array of ownership offers as well. So I think it's just about getting rid of that stigma and allowing more stuff to be built without a lot of the current red tape and the current bureaucracy that we see in the planning system. Good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. That's Andrew Teacher, their independent property analyst. Thank you.